Hello, and welcome to another episode of Capes and Commentaries. Go ahead, Tyler. I should have said we're live. I was already just going into the...
I thought you just took over the reins from me. Like, well,
See,
you know what? I don't care.
Well, it's from streaming those video games. I slept about 4 hours. I think you can see that.
But we planned this a week in advance, so you knew this was coming, and you chose to do that before.
Well, hey, man,
don't give me that Billy Jack bullshit.
You have a couple shots. In my case, a lot of shots, and then you have some beer, and you're playing video games. You're having a good time, and then you lose track of it. And you look at the clock, and it's 7:30 in the morning. You're like, well, what happened? So I went and laid in bed a little bit. I don't know why I went into the intro. We just talked about it, too. I was like, I'll give you the cue, and then you go for it. And then I just went into it anyway. So I apologize.
You know what's more insulting about all this is that you completely ignored my Major Pain quote from Bam Bam Bigelow.
You said you were going to kick me the side of my face. You calling me a liar? No, I heard it. Just
chose to ignore it.
Yeah, I just had to zoom past it. Zoom past it. Anyway.
I heard him. I just ignored him.
How's it going, man? It's snowing outside.
I'm doing just fine. Yeah,
it's snowing outside. It's not supposed to accumulate now, but later on it's going to snow more, and then supposedly we're going to add some sleet on top of that, and that sucks. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so if you know anybody that's like, oh, I just love when it snows so I can sit on my ass and drink coffee in my PJs and reenact a Maxwell House home heartwarming commercial, be sure and kick them in the teeth for me if you could, please.
Oh, man, that bed head's good right there. Look at that. I'll try not to turn my head. This is how Tyler remembers it. It's just like sticking out everywhere, flopping around.
I've seen there was I saw a hair, I forgot where it was, but it was like the traditional really long hair that Nathan used to have, where it was like straight, long, like grunge guitar, you know.
A grunge guitar?
yeah, grunge guitar player look, you know, like the kind of look that you picture Nathan would be wearing a lot of flannel.
Flannel? You meant to say plaid or flannel, huh? Flannel?
Yeah, plaid flannel.
Yeah, whatever. That
plaid
works.
Flannel, torn jeans, Converses, you know, that's the kind of look. But I did see a guy at Home Depot yesterday. Like, if Nathan was working at Home Depot, that's what he'd look like.
What a bum.
But he had long hair and a beanie.
But look like a bum?
Yeah.
Oh, man. No, streaming was good. Maybe I can get some more of that done this weekend. Hopefully not stay up as late this time.
Have you played Sunset Riders yet?
I haven't. I'm saving that. There's some stuff I'm just like, I'm sitting on that. Like, I also played Ren and Stimpy Vidiots because that was a game that I got discounted back in the day.
Is that the one that has the black and white on the cover? Like they're covered in like
Pokemon? No. It's the one where they're like up close on the TV.
Okay, because they made several, like 3 or 4 games for Super Nintendo.
Yeah, and they all suck.
Yeah, I remember playing the one where they were in the firehouse, or they're like firemen or something like that. I just remember it sucked.
Oh yeah, it's not good. I remember that game sucked when I was a kid, but it's one of those things that when you're a kid, you try to make the best of a new game.
Because that's your one rental for the weekend. That's all you got.
This was a game that I owned. Like, we went to Mercer Mall in Bristol. Or no. It wasn't Mercer Mall. It was another mall. No. It was a mall in Bristol. I can't remember the name of it now. But we went to a KB, and it was discounted. I think it was dropped down to $15 or so. And I don't know. I picked it up, and my dad was like, "You want to get that?" I was like, "Yeah, okay." And got home and started playing it, and I'm like, "Man, this game's really hard." But that was kind of like code of like it's not that good. But I kept trying and just barely got anywhere in it. And tried it again last night, and I'm like, "Yeah." I hit a point, and I was like, pretty quick too. I was like, "Nah, yeah, this sucks." And then when you where I died at, like, it took me back to like the previous level. I was like, all right, time to move on to another game. So that is what I did.
You definitely need to play Sunset Riders. You need to play King Griffey.
Yeah. King Griffey's another one I was hanging on to. I got NHL 94 I need to play. There's all kinds of stuff I need to play, and some stuff that like I have never played that I need to get around to playing. So
I want. Did you ever play World Heroes or Art of Fighting? Those are like two like knockoff like Street Fighter games.
No, I haven't done that yet. Is it going to suck like Peacekeepers did?
I knew that was coming. No. World Heroes plays pretty much just like Street Fighter. Like it's just except that it actually has.
Except it sucks, probably.
No, it does not. It's got something that Street Fighter doesn't have. It is interactive rings you can fight in. You know, where you have like ropes that are electrified. So if you knock your opponent into the ropes, they have spiked walls. You can knock your opponent up onto, and he gets stuck on it and then falls off. And he's wounded and everything. They got a Hulk Hogan knockoff in the game. It's
oh, that's why you liked it so much.
I didn't play as him that much, but it's clearly a Street Fighter knockoff. I will tell you that. So.
I bet it sucks.
I'm sure both you and Joe. No, man, it's not that good because it sucks. Because we claim to be the best of the best, and we can't play it. Well, clearly it must suck.
Well, Joe's better at video games than I am. I'll go ahead.
You know what? So he says. No one.
You know what? I'll admit it now. I saw him take the picture of beating Turtles in time in 20 minutes, and I was like, dude, that's actually that's speed run level.
The guy is a master of Photoshop, though, right? Like the guy forks over hundreds and hundreds of dollars in cash for Photoshop. The guy can perfect Photoshop. So there's.
Yeah, I hit him up all the time. I'm like, hey man, you want to make like the thumbnail or anything like this? Oh yeah, and then just forgets about it.
No, it's okay. You take care of that there.
Well, it is what it is, dude. I know that we kind of talked about it last week about what we're doing today, but I guess we should mention that, right?
Well, if they hadn't figured it out by now, whenever they're like, what are they doing? Are they going to tackle, Galaxy Rangers? Are they going to tackle, Brave Star again?
We're gonna watch the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
Oh man!
Yeah, with Ivan Ooze.
Yeah,
I saw that in theaters.
How about taking another quack at it? I saw it in theaters too. When I got back from Nags Head with the Hiltons, I came back and my brother had already seen it, and he said it was really good. And I was by that point, I was out of Power Rangers, but I was still very curious to see if the movie was going to be any good.
I was towards the tail end of my fandom.
Yeah. I mean, it was so odd for us to be as young as it was, and people I went to school with all looked down upon you.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. It's like we were 9-10 years old. Like that. Yeah. That's like an action show. Like it doesn't. It's stupid looking back on it now. Well, we should have embraced it better.
Well, I mean, but back then it was just like you got made fun of, and it's like you didn't have much. I didn't have much courage to stand up. I certainly wasn't good with putting people in their place with wit or anything like that back then. So, JSP was like, no TMNT 2? Yeah, no, we're still. I guess we threw them off with the whole. Hey, we're doing Mighty Morphin Power. We got you. Yes, we are doing Secret of the Ooze here. We're just
just kind of bullshitting like we usually do,
jerking chains and pulling legs and so on and so forth. We're pulling a hash. Nathan knows what I'm talking about.
Yep. Anyway,
slapping knees.
We're I don't even know why I said we're. Man, this is gonna be that kind of episode. Anyway, I might bring this up on Retro just to get Joe's opinion on it, but it's on Hulu because Hulu's good when TV shows like they come on this day and then the next day you can watch the newest episode. But I've been checking out the Titan games, The Rock's game show on NBC. It's actually pretty fun.
I actually heard someone else say something positive about that too.
Yeah, it's head-to-head competition, but the events that he has them partake in are actually well done and fun. So that's cool. If they could somehow find a way to take that mentality, or maybe this is like building up, like once they get these Titans and whoever wins and progressive, like who is left as they graduate, they should just take those guys and formulate, make new American Gladiators out of it. I think it'd be badass.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And don't, I would love to see it come back, and don't treat it like everyone's a professional wrestler, for crying out loud.
There actually was a pro wrestler on there, Robbie E. from I guess I don't know if he's still in Impact or I know he was definitely there in the TNA phase, but he showed up and they did a little thing on him. But yeah, I'm a pro wrestler and I'm a stay-at-home dad. I got 2-3 kids. Anyway, he lost, so that was fun. The other guy kicked his ass because it was like one of the events is like you go and you hammer away at like this just metal piece, and once it gets all the way in, it drops like this big battering ram, and you got to grab the rope and like time it in a way to like break this door open. And when you do that, you go and you pull the chain, and he was struggling. But you should check it out. It's actually it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Well, because I like American Ninja Warrior whenever I had an opportunity to watch it. So I figure it's kind of something similar to that, isn't it?
I mean, not really, because American Ninja Warrior is more about like
agility and stuff like that.
Agility and the parkour stuff. Like this is just all right. You got that event. There's another event where.
Do they have names, like designated names for these events, like in American Gladiators? Like here's Assault or the Joust.
Yeah. They have their own names. I can't remember what they are though. But there's one where you got the two competitors on either side, and then they both climb up a 30-foot ladder, and then there's like a circular platform, and they both take it because there's a middle piece there, and you both run towards it, and it's whoever like pushes the other one like off. It's cool. It's and then there was also another one where it's like a cylinder with a huge boulder on top, and you have the pegs and you crawl up, but it's basically like kerplunk. You're when you're up there, you gotta pull out each of the bars that are up there. When you get to the top, pull that last one, the boulder will go all the way down. That's cool. Check it out. It's neat. And
I have to do like a YouTube search and watch some clips of the actual events take place then.
Yeah, no, if they're on there, which I wouldn't doubt that there's.
I'm sure there's got to be at least a clip of something on there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I used to think like, because I always picture like what it would be like to see you on one of these shows.
Pissed off, mad, frustrated. They would have to edit that in a way to make it look like I tried real hard, but I lost.
I mean,
it would be like little snippets. I'd be pissed.
That's why I would have loved to see Nathan on American Gladiators. Just to see Nathan get pissed and being like knocked all over.
Fedmon asked, what is this again? It's the Titan Games. It's on NBC. If you have Hulu, they put the new episodes on there each week. It's hosted by The Rock, and the commentators on there are kind of lame. I don't know why they chose them. They're just like, oh, what a
Does it sound like modern WWE commentators?
No, it does kind of have like that American Ninja Warrior commentary to it, where they're
like, not that good either. Like,
they're overly excited, but it seems like not that much is happening at the time. Whatever. I guess it's supposed to be, right? But check that out. You guys in the chat. Anyone that joins us live and starts watching archive, check that out. It's actually a really cool show. I was pleasantly surprised.
But that's a wholehearted endorsement from Mr. Kennedy there. Like, I can tell you that's wholeheartedly too.
Yeah, it's fun. I look forward to the rest of the episodes because it's going to be cool once they eliminate and narrow it down to who they want. And maybe the stakes are risen. Maybe the events change and get like way harder. I don't know yet. So that'd be cool.
Awesome.
All right. I guess we should talk about Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, right?
Yeah, we'll do our... let me turn the line because I feel like I'm getting really dark in here.
Yeah. I'll say really quick. Well, he's already back. My experience with this film was just, I mean, they rushed it. You know, this thing was out, a year or two after the first film? It was
a year after. Yeah, it came out in, I want to say, I remember going to see it after an Easter egg hunt that my mom had for her work. So it may have been like around, I just remember because my arch enemy, Jason Queen, went with me to go see it too. Oh. And he came with me to the Easter egg hunt. Mom took us to the mall to go see it after the Easter egg hunt, which was on a Saturday at Bissett Park.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's just what I just remember what I was doing that day. But I was super pumped. I remember the trailers on TV, and I didn't, when you're kids, everything takes forever. So in hindsight, looking back, that's an extremely short amount of time for a movie to a sequel to as popular and juggernaut as the first Turtles film was to come out. And as a kid, I didn't see a lack in quality. I didn't really notice that till I got older and realized.
Same here.
Yeah, it's
same here.
it was magical. I was pumped. I couldn't wait to get Toka and Razor, and
I never had those figures.
I
Believe it or
figured you
not.
of all people definitely would have owned.
I don't know what happened there, because when the movie came out on VHS, I watched it just as much as the first one, sometimes in tandem. But yeah, I never got those figures. I don't know if it was a thing of just never coming across them in stores, or if my interest in wanting the figures started to wane. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, never had. Still don't have those guys, actually.
Holy hell! Wow. Well, that's the first where I had something that you didn't.
Yeah.
As kids, yeah.
You heard it here. Two measly Ninja Turtle figures.
Yeah. But they were a big deal because I got Toka first, and then I think I got Razor. I got Toka at Hills, and I think I got Razor at Roses. And it was just and I had Mikey, like the screen or the movie version of the Turtles that just had like the softer plastic. It felt like rubber almost. I got Mikey in that one. And that was a lot of fun to play with as a kid. But I was quite proud of having Toka and Razor. And didn't have Super Shredder, but my brother got him used from like some buddies of his when he was like in 5th grade or something like that too.
The Super Shredder figure didn't look that good, honestly.
It looked cheaper, and like Toka and Razor looked fantastic, and so did the movie Turtles. And Splinter looked great too, but Shredder probably looked the weakest of all of them. I guess just because you kind of expected a much more deluxe figure because he's so big.
Yeah,
and he wasn't.
Yeah. It's like, you would expect him to make him a little taller.
Yeah, even though Toka and Razor are about the same size as the Turtles, they look so detailed and like the movie. You kind of felt like, oh, it's Toka and Razor. All
right, NECA, get on it.
Give us movie. Oh man, can you imagine if they gave us Toka and Razor and Super Shredder?
Yeah, get on it, NECA.
Oh, my God, people, why aren't we calling the shots on any of this stuff?
I'm sure it's planned. I'm sure in the back of their head they want to make that happen.
Well, as successful as they are with the Turtle stuff, why the hell would they stop at just the first one and give us Toka, Razor, and Super Shredder?
I think Samurai Turtles would look pretty cool too.
Honestly, yeah, as the movie is does not hold up in any shape or form, but to have the Turtles in their samurai outfits, hell yeah, with the mask. Yeah, I think that would look pretty. But I don't want to see like the really cheap looking versions of the Turtles underneath the mask, because they didn't use Jim Henson's company. So, God, that looked terrible.
Well, just take the molds that they have for the '90s Turtles and just
give me that Leo right that I got on my shelf and just put the samurai outfit on that.
Done. All right. Well, we still got an hour and 28 minutes worth of movie we got to watch. Let's go ahead and get this kick started. So if you guys have your copy of Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, pop that in your VCR or DVD or Blu-ray player or your 4K HD. They really got to stop with this. Like, they're going to reach a point. It's like, what? How else can you market physical discs to people when they're already moving? Most, it seems like, are moving on to digital. I don't know. They got to figure something out.
I mean, I still want to have handheld copies of things that I like.
Give me my full screen DVDs, damn it.
Yeah.
Them black bars, they don't make no sense.
Yeah, man, I can't watch Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed with them black bars on my TV.
Yeah, God.
I just think about your cousin John having like Scooby-Doo and all about the Benjamins and his full screen.
Belly. And Baby Boy and
there's a guy in Enter the Dragon I was watching it the other day on Netflix, and one of the guys like, Mr. Lee, why are you in uniform? He looks like your cousin John. If John was Asian, yeah, he would look like that guy.
I'll let him know.
Yeah. He'll be like, what? I don't get
it. Yep.
I know.
It sounded like there was an echo there for a second. Maybe it went away. I don't know what's going on. I thought I heard it, but guess not. But yeah, I only pass him now because he's on first shift at my job. So like we just pass each other as I'm going in and he's leaving. I'm gonna just do kind of like a head nod, or he's just like, good luck. I was like, great. It's going to be an awesome day. This is the longest week ever, too, by the way. It just wouldn't end. It wouldn't end. I'm like, can we please get to the weekend? Please, I won't do this anymore. So,
well, now it's here. Now it's time to bask in some ooze here.
All right. Give us a countdown, and we'll get going.
3, 2, 1, action. I didn't own this as a kid. We ended up getting like a recorded version from Showtime. The lady who babysat us, her daughter recorded it for us on Showtime and gave it to. We just asked, should we call her up? Saw it was in the newspaper. Like, can you record Turtles for us? Sure. She recorded it and brought it right over to us. So we had a free copy of Turtles to watch when we were kids. Me and my brother were kids.
In memory of Jim Henson.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I remember in regards to like what I said on the previous Turtles commentary, which I always love these shots of New York. I mean, this is what made New York such an impressionable setting for me as a kid. Is shots like this when you see shots of Times Square, the bright lights, the cityscape, and the vendors, and I mean, it really always paints New York as a character in your film. And I remember thinking as a kid, everyone loves pizza just like I do. This is so cool. Like people are, going on dates and eating pizza, and everybody's eating
driving
pizza,
cabs and eating pizza.
Eating pizza, man.
Walking across the street and eating pizza.
Yeah.
New York slice, man.
Yeah.
Or if they got those at Sbarro where everybody coughs on your food.
Yes. Which is something that happened to both me and Nathan one time at Sbarro. But I believe these people are eating Ray's pizza or Roy's pizza. It's Ray's pizza in New York, I think. The real one, but I think this one's just called Roy's. Is like a take on Ray's pizza, which is something I would like to try sometime, or just get pizza from a New York pizza diner in general. And here's Ernie. This is the first. Well, no, I saw him in Red Sonja before I saw him in this, but I didn't make the connection until a couple of years later that it was the same guy. Because after this, I would see him in Surf Ninjas. He's got SWAT. He's got. I'm kind of surprised. I would love to have seen him get more starring roles because I liked him in Surf Ninjas a lot. He just called that girl fat.
I haven't watched Surf Ninjas in a long, long time.
Yeah, that's something I think you and I will have to just tackle on our own because there's like, what's that? I don't know what that is. Is that on Betamax? No, Joe.
Toshihiro Bata.
Yeah. That's a Japanese name if I ever heard one.
Oh, man, they're stealing TVs again. It was... I remember, like, the first time watching it, just how excited I was, like, not knowing where any of this was going to go.
Me too. And then when they come in the background, out of focus, like, oh, my God, there they are. And plus, I wasn't expecting to, because, Kino to have the expertise that he does here. Like, holy hell. And this is an interesting mall, too. Like, I used to wonder as a kid, that's a mall? What kind of mall is this? Like,
cheap Hollywood mall.
Yep.
Yeah, like that looks like a consignment shop over there or something.
Yeah, there's a toy store in there, too, and a little restaurant. Which, as a kid, I'm like, I want to go to that mall. Buy some toys. Like, uh-oh. Shit's on. And yeah, I was getting so pumped at that shot there in the theater. Oh, man. Yeah! Gives me goosebumps seeing it because it is such a good moment. The music kicks in and here comes the logo. And I like the Ooze animation there. Yeah, and I don't know when it was that I did put it together that they never used, like, their weapons at all. Like, Leo just pulls his swords out and throws them into the roof. Raph never uses his size except to catch pizza. And White Dog was the only one allowed to use his bow staff, and that was it. You blame all those bitching parents, And my parents never said a single negative thing about the first. They loved it. They both thought it was awesome. So I was like, who the hell's making all these complaints? Was it your parents? Do I have to go talk to them about that?
My parents never had an issue with anything. They let me.
That's taking to see RoboCop too. He give a rat's ass about it.
Yeah, I just watched whatever, really. But even though Jim Henson's company also like worked on the turtle designs again, they just don't look as good as the first film.
There is something slightly off about them, and
I think they probably
Donnie looks most drastically different.
Yeah,
I mean, they're a great transition, like with Raph, Leo, and Mikey, but Don's is definitely off the most, and he doesn't have Corey Feldman doing the voice. But there is something that, and here's Leo's essentially only used for his katana swords. And Don's given a lot of like goofball antics in this film.
I used to do that though as a kid. I was like, yeah.
I remember seeing that in the commercial too, and like I couldn't wait to see it. But I mean, this is definitely. I mean, the film itself, like, I definitely want to come off like we're like tearing the film apart, but the film has got undertones of the cartoon. Like that's kind of what we're watching right now. Is the influence of the cartoon.
It is. I can you imagine being like an older fan and loving that first film? And because I watched the Turtle Power documentary too, and they even both kind of agree. It's like, all right, the first film was kind of perfect, and then this just went to hokey. Yeah, it went to the extreme on the other end of the spectrum. It just didn't.
Yeah, because I would love to have heard like a take of like an adult comic book fan who was a fan of the comic books, maybe not so much of the toys, but then they see the movie and like, wow, man, they really captured like the tone of the comics, even though there's some lighthearted moments. I mean, I think that first film made everybody. It made the kids happy. It made adults happy. I know Eastman and Laird had to have been quite proud of that film as well. But yeah, you see this, you're like, man, we're really going to make it. I mean, very, very. I mean, it's not a bad film. It is not by any means. It's just when you see such a drop in quality when it's just parents bitching and complaining about it's too violent for our kids, and you hear about that going on over in the UK too, where nunchucks were such a outlawed item for children.
Well, they even had to change the name to Hero Turtles instead because you can't say ninja.
So you think we had it bad, like to not be able to say Ninja Turtles in the UK, man, that just sucks balls, man. And again, too, in this film, well, actually, all three films, like Raph is given like very like prominent solo roles.
That's because he's the best.
We have to make Nathan happy, so
exactly.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the good people at Nearline were like, well, we got that Kennedy kid lives in Pulaski. We'll never hear the end of it. Did you have anything when you walked away from this film like that you didn't like, or were you completely like everything? Like,
no, I was in all of it as a kid. I've only watched it a handful of times as an older adult, young adult. Now,
Paige Turco, good God Almighty, she embodies sex, man. I just look at her. That's the stunt double for Mikey in the outfit there, hitting on April. But man, I mean, okay, what were you gonna say about?
April? I kind of got distracted by her as well. Yeah. I remember as a kid, I was like, "Oh, that's April. What happened?"
I was too. I didn't really quite grasp that Judith Hoag was not coming back. I think until I actually saw it. I'm like, well, so this is April, huh? And it didn't take me long to warm up to her. Actually, I find her more attractive as an adult. I mean, I thought she was very pretty as a kid. Like, I thought, man, she's hot. She's April. Like, I see her, like, I don't question, like, that's April O'Neil. Just like Judith Hoag, that's April O'Neil. Not too many films where I welcome a new face into a familiar role as I have with the Judith and Paige. I'm like maybe Val Kilmer as Batman because I thought he did a damn good job as Batman, even though Batman Forever is a substandard film. And I like her little. I was like, Mikey played with the snake. Leo's reading the comic books. Donnie's with the skateboard, and Raph's working out.
So see, there you go. You can relate to Raph, right?
I can. I mean, I relate. Well, like I said, Raph was my favorite for quite a long time. For a lot of my childhood, Raph was my favorite. So
I'm sorry, but
what's that?
I was gonna say, if you got an apartment in New York City, I would not be leaving my window open.
Well, I guess when you got four ninjas like living with you, I think I probably wouldn't have to worry too much about intruders or something like that because they always show up at the right time. And I hated that line as a kid when Donnie's doing Forever Jock. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Like I just thought that was such a lame bit of dialogue. Even as a kid, I didn't like it. Look at her hair up, man. She's hot.
I wonder if she does she do convention circuits?
I've never known her to, but I've also like never known her. I remember I saw her like years ago. She came on Conan O'Brien when she was like playing like a lesbian cop on NYPD Blue or something. And she was asked about the Turtle films, and she spoke fairly highly about it. Like she didn't speak. I was like, oh God, yeah. Like she seemed quite embracing or embraceful of her time as April, and as well she should. You know, I mean, all three of these films. I mean, you say what you want about the third film, but I mean, the 1 and 2, they're celebrated by Turtles fans. Turtles fans that are around our age, or a little bit younger, a little bit older. It's a mythology, whether you like this one or not. They are highly celebrated. People get excited when they see references to this film, like Toka and Razor or Super Shredder. I mean, it's I think she's probably going to be quite proud and very humble to see that she's appreciated for her time on this film, and the third one too.
I will say I do think that this plays better to a younger audience.
It does. Even though it's definitely like you have to see the first one to know what they're talking about here, because it's a direct continuation. And I used to think too, like, is this within the same night? Because they're talking, as if like this is kind of just happening. As a kid, I used to think this was all in the same night.
No,
but it wouldn't make sense because April's got a brand new apartment and everything
exactly.
too. So, but I just try to, maybe because when we see Shredder come out of the dump, you're like, oh man, like they just dropped him off. Like that's what I was thinking. Like he just came out of that dump truck. That was my thought. And the Foot Clan come back and they're all trying to gather themselves. Splinter looks great. His quality's held up very, very good with the sequel.
I would say so as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah. There's something about his it looks a little different. Like his fur looks slightly different, but I mean he looks phenomenal.
I imagine he is a puppet like he was in the first one.
Yeah, Kevin Clash came back to play the voice and did the puppetry work. Voice of Elmo. Pizza's okay. Like that little snicker of his.
Why? It's like, why would you create a bigger mess by throwing those up in the air? Like, you want them to not be messy, and you've just made a mess yourself.
No, it's just like, oh, what the hell? They're already doing it too. I mean, clearly, she's at her wits' end already. She's just trying to be nice, but we can clearly tell she's just like, I've had enough of these guys living in my apartment.
There we go. Yeah, see, there's Tyler trying to like suck up.
Yeah, Nathan being a prick about it.
Yeah.
So me and Nathan got to go 10 flips. Yeah.
2.
And they move so great in the uniforms too. Like, I mean,
oh yeah,
the outfits make the faces and the costume look slightly different, but they obviously have to be adapted well for fight choreography, and they move quite well to do backflips and something like that. Splinter, you just want to give him a big hug. Like he just looks like a big teddy bear. You just want to go over and give him a big hug. Yeah, this was an epic moment as a kid to see this. Like, look at the fog in the trash. Like, it really sets up the mood and tone of Shredder's. God. Shredder's epic return here. And there's his helmet right there.
Yeah, I wonder how long he was laying in the trash.
Yeah. Which, as a kid, like you clearly saw Shredder in the trailer, so you knew he was back. But still, it was just as exciting to know, like, oh man, here he is. Like I knew right off when you see the dump, you're like, oh, Shredder, and to see his hand in front of New York, that's a cool shot.
Yeah,
I like that. Evil has returned to New York. And see this whole setup here, where scrap members of the Foot Clan are going back to their fallback spot. This is one of the things that really made me feel like this wasn't too far off from what happened in the first one. And there's Nathan smacking shit around. Hey! I imagine this is probably Nathan at work when things aren't going right. He's just walking around hitting stuff and pointing.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
I'm better about it
this
now.
Is new Nathan. This is current Nathan, just kicking stuff. Hi, Nathan, now lead. Yeah. Step forward. Yeah. Oh, that was badass.
Well, you got to think too of just how they had to work that back in.
Yeah.
Like, how do you, if you're given the reins to write the script, it's like, all right, how would you follow that? You know?
Which you're talking about in terms of like bringing Shredder back?
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly I thought it didn't need to be some like we're gonna bring him back to life. Like he's the Shredder, he would survive, and he's just got fate by not showing his face and hiding his face. You really want to build. He took some severe injuries from what happened in the dump truck because it looked like he was crushed to death. And so I thought that it kept it simple because it is for kids. But even as an adult watching, I'm like, I buy every bit of that. I don't question one second. Here's David Warner, the voice of Ra's al Ghul and from The Omen and various other great things. The original Freddy Krueger also. And this is the first time I ever saw David Warner in anything. So I'd always,
yeah, same here.
Yeah. And then I would notice him, like, you know, I'd go back and start watching The Omen and various other things. And
live,
his voice
pal.
really, what's that? Oh, yeah.
We're live,
pal. Yeah, Raph bitch about what's on TV again. Which I was right there with him, siding with him, like, you know, yeah, everyone's siding with Raph. Like I was pissed at Leo there. I was pissed at Mikey here in a second. Like I was all like Team Raph when I was watching this as a kid.
Really good, as you should have been.
Yeah, I was ready to deck Mikey when he bites the candy bar in his ear.
I do hate it when people chew loudly.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's Emily right there, egging me on.
Look at Donnie pouring like a little bit of salt, each little piece of popcorn there. That's something I had not.
That was I like salt on my popcorn. I also like I kind of got in the habit of doing this snacking with Emily, and she, I guess in turn, got this from her stepmom. But anytime we have popcorn, we usually have apple slices as well. And I love putting salt on my apples. That's like salty and sweet. I love salty and sweet, the taste. It's great.
I've never really thought
yeah, I know
because I don't really put salt on anything. Like I just not something. It's not something I've ever had a desire for. I get why people do it, but I just don't put salt on anything. Just because
you know what I don't get, what people did putting the elbow or the shoulder pads in the suits. That just always looked weird to me.
I mean, because I remember Mom used to wear when she worked at Inland Motors, like she had like blazer jackets she would wear to work and shirts, and she would wear shoulder pads. And I mean, of course, it was a fashion thing too, but I think a lot of us just look more presentable and professional and have a stronger presence. So I get why they did it, but of course, Paige makes everything look hot. She could wear shoulder pads right now. I'd be so turned on. I like to flip this page. I got a million of them. And this guy used to bother because his name was Freddy, and as a kid, everything that said Freddy was like, oh God, Freddy Krueger. So it shows what a pussy I was when it came to Freddy Krueger as a kid.
Dandelions.
Yeah. Oh, those are big flowers.
I don't know. It's
what is your comment? Say it.
Spout out. No, I don't know. You think of the story in the first film, and now it's just kind of, as a kid, it's like, oh, all right, yeah, that was science shit. Great. Can we get to the fighting, please?
I mean, to me, it was like this. They were really trying a lot to tie in everything that made the first one take place. We're going to capitalize on that. But yeah, I understand that too, because I watched this as a kid. You know, we'll see another fight sequence in another 5-10 minutes in the TCRI lab. What do you think about Shredder's new helmet here?
A little bulky. Like it looks cool, but it looks like it's just too big for his head.
Well, you got the heavy like mohawk spike up there too. But as a kid, I thought it was badass.
Yeah.
And I like the fact he's wearing purple and had this silver mask just like the cartoon. Yeah. Whoever's playing Donnie, I don't know who was giving credit for having, like, we need Donnie to do more silly stuff as opposed to being the brains of the group, because we see him do he does do some of the brain work in this. We wait to see more of that because we really didn't see any of that in the first film. Man, look at all those pizza boxes.
Yeah.
Good God Almighty.
It's kind of like me. Eat Domino's like every weekend, at least on like one of the days. Domino's every week. I went from, because they have like a specialty Philly cheesesteak pizza.
Oh yeah,
that you can get, but if you do their popular, the 2 for $5.99, the 2-topping medium pizzas, just change it to the garlic Parmesan white sauce and green peppers and the Philly steak, and you got your Amato Philly. That's what I started calling it.
The Amato Philly.
Yeah, because it's the cheaper version of the specialty pizza.
Your way of trying to get it for free.
No, actually, I do have a free pizza to redeem at Domino's, because you get pizza points when you sign in and
that's
order.
when Joe kicks open the door behind you. Did I hear someone?
What was that?
Free?
I heard free pizza. I'm gonna take a look and see how old she was during the making of this film.
I mean, she's probably in her early 20s. And I'd be curious to know why Judith wasn't asked back. Or if she was, like, did she have prior commitments or something like that? It's hard to say. Maybe she was pregnant. Who knows?
Let's see here. I honestly wouldn't mind getting the canister.
It'd be one hell of a prop to have on display. I mean, I'd like to have it myself.
All right, so this came out in 91.
Mm-hmm.
I got to do my math. She was 26.
Wow.
She's only 53 now. She is divorced.
Ooh. Time to see what's going on with that new page.
She was married to Jason O'Mara.
Who the hell is that?
He is an Irish actor. He's the voice of Bruce Wayne Batman, the animated film Son of Batman, Batman vs. Robin, Batman Bad Blood, Justice League War. So he's kind of like the new voice of Batman.
It's no good in my eyes. Kevin Conner was voice of Batman. I do not care if he can't do it. It's like, we need to go with someone new, because, like, dude, these films are targeted towards adults. Disposed. I really want, as a kid, like, I want one of those canisters full with ooze. I just thought it was like cool, like, to like play around with, like, his. And what was so cool about the movie figures, like all 4 of the turtles came with a canister of ooze. So I used to use that as a little thing to play with my turtle figures.
The voice is just not. It's just off.
Donnie's voice just it sucks, man. It's too silly. He doesn't sound intelligent, and I blame that on the direction of what they were going with, trying to keep things silly. And even though the cartoon, yes, has lots of silly moments in it, but you just kind of feel like, the movie doesn't look silly. Like the lighting, the atmosphere, the settings, it doesn't look like it's meant for, mindless meat with eyes. It looks like there's a lot of care put into this, and it just doesn't look like it's,
You had you asked about why Judith Hoag didn't come back.
Yeah,
she was never approached about the idea of reprising her role. She blames it on her own personal complaining, particularly about the 6-day schedule and the amount of violence in the movie.
Oh God! So she didn't care for the violence in the film.
That's something we can ask her about, because you got to think this was back then. I'm sure maybe her opinion on it has changed since then.
Yeah, but given how much money the film made back then, though.
Oh, I know.
It's like you can't argue with what was in the film when it's making that kind of money. And I always get so pumped too as a kid, like when you see the silhouettes of the foot come walking in, the music sounds very dark here in a moment. It's like, oh man, here it goes.
JSP was like, yeah, Corey Feldman had some personal issues. Yeah, because you asked him
I
about
asked
that.
I've asked him personally about that. Yeah, all he had to say was he was not a fan of Vanilla Ice and was not going to participate in the film, and that was it. That's all he would tell me. So I heard it personally, face to face. That was his sole reason for not doing this film.
I mean, to be fair, I would probably do the same thing because Vanilla Ice sucks. But when we get to
time, I thought it was cool, but
I'll admit I did too. And I remember when we get to the song, John could never get it right. I was like, no, dumbass, because the song's "Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go," and he would just be like, "Go, Go Ninja." I was like, no, you're wrong, John, you idiot.
I imagine there was quite a few, and I love this action sequence. Like, it's getting to see Donnie kick some ass, and the music's really cool. John DePrez is doing the score here again. But I imagine there was quite a few conversations. Leo's got fighting sticks. Like, what the hell, man? Bitching parents. Bunch of Reverend Lovejoys and his wife complaining about the violence in these films.
My parents' neighbor, they have a couple kids. And she's very weird about, I don't want them watching violent things.
I knew some kids who were like that too, where they're just like, man, you're a product of your parents like making you a bunch of wieners.
But to be fair, like some kids do like just completely interact and like beat up other kids. I watched it and yes, but the parents got to be there to be like, hey, like this is all well and good of you enjoying this, but don't go and punch somebody. Or kick another kid.
Yeah, I never had the desire. I wanted to. Anytime that, and I believe I played Turtles a lot as a kid. I played He-Man. I played Rambo. All it was done like I'm envisioning kicking a foot soldier. I'm envisioning fighting, Slash and Rocksteady and Bebop, pretending like there's nobody there. I'm just kicking and punching. My brother both would do that. We would wrestle together. But I at school it was all about pretend. You never were in any position to like harm anybody because we know it's like you don't do that. So I blame it on the rambunctious kids who just weren't well supervised and the parents probably just didn't care. And my son would punch and give.
Yeah, it's the same ones that just let their kids run around everywhere.
Yeah, But plus I didn't have to have my parents tell me you don't reenact what you see in the first or the two turtle films. Like I didn't have that discussion. Like I just knew not to do it. So I just
why is Baxter Stockman not in here?
And this would have been a great time, like to have David Warner play Baxter Stockman.
Exactly.
Like you look at that, and oh man, I like that transition. But I do wonder, like why he wasn't thrown in because I'd always had heard the reason behind Token Rizzo is they wanted to make new toys, so let's create New Mutants.
Well, I imagine too that Laird and Eastman were just like, can we do something else? Because I know that they were they wanted it taken seriously, but they also wanted an opportunity to have villains that were a little more grounded in their taste and not just completely over the top.
Yeah,
but I'm sure. But yeah, the main goal is like, hey, more toys.
Yeah. Because I remember as a kid, like I was thrilled with Token Rizzo, but my first instinct to think was, "Where's Rocksteady and Bebop? Like, why aren't they in it?" It didn't kill my mood by any means because I thought Token Rizzo were phenomenal, but I did wonder about that. But not like you hear stories of kids. Oh, when I saw that theaters, I was bitching and moaning, complaining. It just ruined the whole film experience for me. Now to rate myself like, go to hell, man.
Young little Tyler.
No, I was embracing a lot of stuff, And I did think April tried to nunchuck. I was like, boy, this is embarrassing. And I feel the same way Mikey does right now. Yeah. And she does it very well because she clearly doesn't know what she's doing. And even Keno's like, yeah, I can tell.
Does he do conventions? Hopefully they can snag him.
I would. I wouldn't say he strikes as the type who probably would do a convention, but because he'd be awesome to meet. I mean, not just for this, but for Red Sonja and Surf Ninjas. and working as Donatello in the first one in the suit, and just asking him like what it's like to work in the suit like that, to do all the martial arts and things, and he does such a great job in this. Like I when I saw he was going to be the star in Surfing, I was like, hey, Kino, cool, man, because I thought he did a great job in this. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised he was never used again. And if he was in one of the comic books, forgive me, because I have not read any of the current Turtle books in years. But I just felt like I like him so much. Like I could see him being a part of the Turtles mythology, like a buddy of theirs he's like one of their ground level contacts, as like a local pizza boy who practices martial arts, helps them kick ass. When they can't get into some places, Kino goes in to drop off pizza and stuff like that, Because I just, maybe maybe not everybody feels that way, but I like his role and his character, because he's not this like so many other characters. A character like this could really be one of those characters like, oh God, like get him off the screen. But Ernie does a great job, and he's, as a kid, I thought it was fun to see him and Raph get into hijinks and trying to break into the Foot Clan and stuff. Am I the only one who feels that way?
No. Like he's cool, but at the same time, even as a kid, I was just like, "Where's Casey Jones?"
Yeah, I did wonder about that too. Like I mean, I had questions, but I didn't. It
didn't take it didn't take away from my enjoyment either. But it's just like, all right, April's different. Casey's not here.
Where's Krang and Rocksteady, Bebop?
Yeah.
But I mean, I rolled with it. I loved it. I just because I've heard stories from people, especially about the live action He-Man film, who want to bitch and complain about that.
I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about on Fans of Power on Sunday with the new news.
Oh yeah, because we've never discussed that before. God,
it's exactly as I anticipated.
I'm like, who gives a shit?
Exactly as I had commented on.
That's why I didn't comment, because I'm like, I don't give a shit, because it ain't happening.
It'll happen.
No, it ain't.
It'll happen. I know it will. Eventually, it'll happen. But seriously, this should have been Baxter Stockman, and then you can give us the Fly version. Why not test the Ooze on him?
Yeah. And I think and honestly, I had never really thought about that until you brought that up. And
really,
David Warner. No, I seriously had not, and he looks just like Baxter Stockman.
Well, as a kid, when this was starting,
he's not originally black, but from what we knew in the cartoon, he looks like Baxter Stockman with the bow tie, the glasses, everything. And David Warner has such presence and charisma as kind of a quirky scientist here. And
missed opportunity.
He does this.
Complete missed opportunity. See, like I could see it. They could have done the angle where it's like, Toka and Raza are mutated, but something else happens to where like
Shredder's pissed off at look what you gave me, baby, so now I'm going to punish you for it.
Yeah. Missed opportunity.
There you have it. Yeah.
It would have been. Could you imagine like a Baxter Stockman done from the Jim
Henson crew?
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, obviously,
Jeff Goldblum's the Fly by any means, but
I was gonna say they wouldn't be able to make him like super grotesque because I'm sure parents would have been like horrified by that or something.
Yeah, he'd have to look like like the cartoon version of Baxter Stockman, which I even though, or the toy, which I still think is a badass design. Such a memorable design, but that would have been really, really cool. That's kudos to you for thinking about that, man.
I can't believe you never thought about that.
No, And I know they made their lame ass attempt by putting Tyler Perry in to play Baxter Stockman. I'm like, God, I know whose ass did he kiss to get in that film?
I'm hoping we don't get like a third Bay Turtles film.
No, I think at this point it's finished. That film clearly underperformed. It didn't do well in terms of what they were hoping for, and clearly Turtles is not having the impact with that abomination on Nickelodeon right now. So I think it's gonna be a while before we see another Turtles film. But I feel like Turtles, like all other great superhero franchises, like there's room for improvement. There's room to do more if you care and want to do quality.
I know this is not a too much of a popular opinion, but if I could take one positive from the second Bay Turtles film, I thought that Bebop and Rocksteady were all right.
For what little I saw, I didn't think they looked very good at all. I really, and I'm not saying it to be harsh. Like, I just, because you can't help but be curious when they announced that. And when I saw them, like, they just look kind of, well, the CGI didn't look very
Yeah,
good
the
either.
CG didn't help
God,
at
it
all.
looked terrible. And I thought they made him like this. They're Michael Bay's boner for like, we got to make everything like the size of a skyscraper. You know, it's like, stop, man. Not everything's got to be the size of a tractor trailer, dude. It's like, just because you got a hard on for, Transformers and screwing that pooch, you got to destroy Turtles too. But
Bumblebee is steering that in the right direction, though, right?
it's not doing as well, which kind of leaves that for open to interpretation.
But it is a better film.
Oh, by far a better film.
I still got to watch it. I guess I'll
Yeah.
probably just wait for Redbox or no. I'll just blind buy it. I'll take your word for it on this one.
Yeah,
It looked
it,
good anyway.
It generally was a good Transformers film, and it does make you feel like, okay, it just sucks because maybe by this point people don't care because, I want to know who the hell is going to see those films because they kept making, even though the last two did not do as well, but still, like, they're doing enough to justify making sequels. So who is going to see them when everyone who mentions it for the most part denounce the films? But with Turtles, I still would like to see, another live action Turtles film. I don't want to see another CGI animated film, even though the 2007 version had a lot of great moments. I want to see live action. I want to see go back to costumes and guys in outfits.
They won't go the costume route. There's no way.
Yeah, let's hire like a mindless actress, like someone like Megan Fox, and just talk to a tennis ball and say they're ninjas. God, she sucks.
Didn't you have a poster over somewhere at some point?
No.
Oh, you did?
No, not ever.
And see, I was also thinking too that that was gonna be like Slash as a kid.
See, now you kind of feel like that could have worked too.
Yeah. Missed opportunity.
Yeah. But to have, you can't go wrong like to having like Slash, being the like a kind of the alternate version of a turtle from Dimension X, and you got Toka. I mean, there's room to have, it's like in He-Man, you got variations of like flying characters and underwater characters and things like that. So, I mean, it works for Turtles as well.
Also, why was this Channel 3 news and not Channel 6?
Who the hell knows? There's the guy who played Donnie in the outfit in this movie. But it's hard to say what, and I think that's the director right there too, who's playing April's boss.
Really?
I think. I don't. I'm sure I'll get corrected by somebody later on. Hey, that's not really the director.
I do like the new layer though. I like having that.
The subway station's awesome. Yeah. And I mean, to everyone's credit, they carry over what was done in the first film to each film. And this is carried over to the third film.
Oh, you guys couldn't spare to get Ruffles or Doritos? You had to get
they went to King Coupon there. And Leo's fed up with Raph's antics again there. See, that's Nathan pissing me off because Nathan's at it again, and now we got to go search for him instead. I did envy Mikey when he finally gets a hold of the phone.
You know what? When that's what you sound like when your voice starts, when you raise your voice when you're angry.
What, I sound like Leo there?
Yeah, it sounds like your voice is about to break or you're gonna cry or something.
Oh, shut up. That's your way of slamming Leo. And I ain't having it. I did like this as a kid because I wanted to give April a kiss too. So when Mikey did this, I was like, man, he's so lucky. Yeah. I like how they play with the fact that the Turtles do have the hots for April, like, which made them very relatable to me. I'm like, yeah, man, I want a kiss from her too.
Remove the bar.
Yeah.
Mama.
Yeah. Which I didn't roll my eyes as a kid. I was like, oh, this is great. This is the best thing I've ever seen. I did. I thought it was great. I remember seeing that shot in the trailer too with Tatsu yelling at him. Which this was an exciting moment in the theater.
Yeah, no, because they look fantastic.
They look awesome. Oh, and they're so big. Good God, they look great. NECA, please, for the love of God, give us Toka and Rezar. Hell, even Shredder from this film, too.
Yeah.
With the exaggerated helmet. Like, it's even more exaggerated in the first film. Like, they both look lovable, but I also would not want to piss off Toka and Rezar either. Like, there's a great balance of, like, menace.
I could see if you were seeing this in theaters now, you'd be like, "Oh my god, what the fuck are they doing?"
As an adult, yeah, it's exactly what I was saying. Like, I'm out of here, and I would have been like this. This would have been me walking out the theater, babies. You know, that's how I would have left the theater. That's kind of how it was when I left G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra. I came out screaming and yelling, "They're stupid!"
Yeah, that movie.
And then Nathan and Keith are just laughing at my expense. God, they look so good.
Yeah, they do.
I just love the outfits and the puppetry of their faces. I mean, they clearly are playing them up for laughs here, but there's just such a charm about them. You know, like, yes, this could easily be like, oh my God, what are they doing? But I mean, I watched this as an adult. I'm not looking at this with nostalgia eyes here, people. I'm like, I'm enjoying this. It's fun. They look great because it's practical effects, it's costumes, it's Jim Henson's crew, who is the cream of the crop. You know, and I just like how this movie is lit too. Like, it has dark tones to it, the way it's lit. Like, it's got bright colors and stuff.
Yeah, it's got like a nice little blue hue to it in a way.
Yeah, which adds a little sense of maturity. Like this shot of the Brooklyn Bridge with Michael J. White in this shot here. There he is. There's Spawn.
There's Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
I like how he's just like nonchalant, just like, all right.
Yeah, whatever. It's like, put Michael J. White in a Turtles film, man. He kicks some ass.
This is like the famous, like, this has been used in a lot of movies, like the scenery right here near the Brooklyn Bridge and the fence line and everything.
Yeah. Actually, like, this is shot on location. That's a shame too, because of Michael J. White's, like, to see his talent right there, not used for anything more than just a quick cameo, and that's it. And he's not even walking in the frame. Like,
I wonder, like, now I gotta look and see if they give him like credit as like street thug.
Yeah, or some sort of like screen credit. Yeah, it's just a shame because he, you know, I'm sure back then he was, you know, and maybe that's how he got in, just because maybe he knew Ernie Reyes, you know, since they're both are currently practicing. And I always like the sequence of Keno kicking ass. Like, I always thought this was seeing how the Foot Clan initiate and you get into recruits. Like, you have to go through these training programs and kind of tournament style. You know, it's kind of like a softcore Kumite almost.
Sorry, I'm scrolling trying to see if he actually did get a credit.
Keno kick ass here. I always like this. He's like lightning quick, man. He's good. I like that.
It's uncredited, but he is shown here on IMDb as audience man.
Audience man. That's nice. Did you ever get to meet him? The hell, Black Diamond and Spawn. Tell me about your time on Turtles 2, man. What was that like?
Well, it was a day shoot. I didn't get paid.
I didn't even get a trip to the craft service table either. Son of a bitch. This was quite intimidating to me as a kid. Like, that's one hell of a test, and to have Raph jump in there and steal every one of them, like, that was so cool.
He looks familiar.
I can't say I can place him, but I could see why you'd say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'd be curious. Like, even though that's something we didn't see in the first film, and it's obviously done for this film, but it's an interesting, like, test. Like, to become a member of the Foot Clan, you got to be able to remove as many bells as you can, but you make one sound and you fail. Like, which obviously has to lead to, like, not just anybody can join the Foot Clan, which intensifies how good the Turtles are, because they kick their asses all the time. But it's just a fun, like, thinking. It's a fun like idea to think about, just to, like, how good the Foot Clan members are. That's how you get in. You have to get in through your physicality, but then get in with your speed and agility as well. And one sound and you fail. Like that's because in the comic books and cartoons, the Foot Clan are quite a menace. They are ninjas.
Sounds like a remix of one of the songs used in the first film.
Yeah, that was a cool shot too. To throw in like Shredder real quickly for like throw off for like Raph's. Like what the.
Use your size, man. Come on.
Yeah, it stays having to use, Goodyear tires. Yeah, I mean, I don't, it just leaves a lot to be desired when you see, Raph is now being used to play fights with the Foot Clan for comedic purposes,
Yeah.
as opposed in the first film where he's just, being cocky and arrogant, kicking their asses, then gets overwhelmed. But Keno's fight is played more for seriousness than Raph's is, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, but as we've stated before, as we've been watching this, it works for like playing to the younger eye. Like they did all right with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that makes you like, okay, I can't do this anymore. It's not that far in that territory. It's not Ghost Rider territory.
It's like watching an episode of the cartoon.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I always like that moment. I wonder if he was cool. He was like passing John Wick on this bridge.
You kind of think too, like how do they have to set that up and get that shot done as quick as they can? Because you got to think you got to close that off for that period of time, and daylight, whatever day they did this on, it regardless, it's New York. It's gonna be busy.
Yeah. So to get permits and setting up, they probably took like a small crew out there and just got Ernie, boom mic guy, a couple other camera guys, and let's get it done real quick and go. I do remember we missed the scene a while back, but that line right there, that was something that Jordan Bishop, who used to work with, used to quote a lot. Keenan, Raph's in trouble. And I remember when I was first working with him, him and Matt, like always, were fighting in the cooler. And Matt grabbed him by the arm and goes, and Jordan told him, "Let go of my arm, Leo." And I just turned like, okay, these guys are cool as hell. If they're quoting Turtles too, like, I'm going to become a good buddies with these guys.
You just walk up and you're like, "Will you be my friend?"
Yeah, pretty much that's what happened. I'm like, sure, kid, we'll be your friend. See, like Donnie's doing the whole. Of course, I like this, like, It was interesting later on because we'll get to see Splinter use his bow and arrow, which is what the toy came with. So I always thought that was kind of cool. He's got a million of them.
It works though.
It's Mikey.
It's good. This movie does have a lot of charm to it.
Yeah, it's in the direction. It's like that balancing act.
I can see why I loved it as a kid.
Me too, and like I would love to show it to my nephew, as I'm sure my brother would too. But I got to make sure Brian sees the first one first because he needs to know the best of the best first, and then I'll show him this one. Uh-oh. And there's Shredder right there.
It was always like it's just a good noise.
Yeah. The voiceover work for Shredder was top notch. Like that did not drop in quality at all. I mean, it just sounds very menacing.
Turtle soup, man.
Yep.
Gotta dine on turtle soup.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup. That's a reference to TMNT, Turtles in Time, if you guys don't know what we're talking about. We're not talking about the cartoon, but when me and Nathan say it, we're always referring to that game.
Bebmon says that Splinter's so underused in the film and cartoon. I would kind of agree with that.
I feel like he's used quite a bit in the cartoon, but in the movies, he's given, like the first one, he's given the most emotional moments, though. Like he's used not as much, but he's given some of the most impactful moments of that film. So I feel like for someone who's not used that much, I mean, his time, I would argue, outshines a lot of the big moments in the film because of how much emotion is behind those scenes.
Now,
in this film, yes.
I would have done this too when Splinter knocks him down. Or it didn't even have to be Splinter. What if Casey Jones would have popped up and like, hey, guys.
Oh, man. Yeah, it just comes in to help for this one time. That'd have been badass. Or if they, if they throw in like another like mutant, like a heroic mutant in this movie. Like, I mean, I know the movie, it's only less than an hour and a half. You only got so much time. You're bringing in 2 new villains. But, I mean, you could have had, at that time, like Usagi Yojimbo. Well, what a pipe dream that would have been. To have Casey come back, Ray Fillet. I don't know if Pandacom was available at this time. And Muckman, Ace Duck. I mean, it just, I kind of feel like for a movie this is clearly meant for kids, to have a heroic mutant show up, that would have been pretty badass. But honestly, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been better than to have Casey Jones show up. That or Usagi, because I love Usagi Yojimbo. Yeah, we'll have to do a commentary for his first appearance in the cartoon.
Yeah, that'd be badass.
Yeah. I thought he was so cool as a kid. And he was awesome in the 2012 cartoon as well. He showed up in the last season, which Nathan was so kind of him to get me the figure for Christmas last year.
I need to finish that show.
Yeah, the Usagi episodes were quite good. Here they are, ready to kick some ass. I like Rezar's armor and shield.
Yeah, made out of just hubcap and car grill.
Yeah, it works so good because it's like like with all the turtle characters, they're all like wearing like used parts and junk as armor and things like that, or they use toilet seats for vehicles and stuff.
Why is Donnie the only one to use his weapon in this movie? Like, what makes a bow staff? Because if you think about it, as a kid, the bow staff is the easiest weapon to obtain out of all of these.
I look at it as you can't stab anybody with a bow staff, and then the nunchucks were just
but you can still hit people with it.
You can still hit people with, but you can also kick and punch people too. And I've always felt that the reason Donnie was the only one was the bow staff is you can't stab another child with a bow staff.
Yeah.
Even though here in the States, they had dress-up kits of all 4 turtles, which Raph's came with size, Leo's came with 1 katana sword, which I own that, and Donnie's.
Right, it doesn't make sense. It's like, here, let's market these to the kids.
Weapons to kids, but we're not going to put in the... It's just...
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
You bunch of Lovejoy assholes. I wonder if anybody knows that they had a parent that griped and complained and wrote to their congressman about this stuff. Whatever. That's what I would want to know. Like, who is taking the time to write, unflattering letters to New Line Cinema about all this stuff? Like, where or how did they obtain that info that parents were really off put? I mean, and not one foot soldier got stabbed in the first film. None of them did.
They just watched too much Sally Jesse Raphael and Donahue, man.
Yeah, all that nonsense from back then. So yeah, that's why I'm like, how the hell is it too violent? Like, Mikey, I don't recall him smacking anybody in the face with the nunchucks he's using in the fight and stuff. But Raph and Leo don't impale anybody.
Man, I remember when my mom got a new broom. I want to say it was a new broom. Yeah. So my dad cut off the end of the old broom. It's like, here you go. Here's the bow staff. And I took tape and wrapped it in the center of it. Yeah.
I do remember my grandparents got me the Donatello dress up kit. That was the first one I got. And I played with that bow staff so much, I think to the point that the bow staff did break and had to be taped back together.
Well, yeah, because the plastic on that was kind of cheap.
It was very flimsy.
Yeah, I, of course, had the Raph one that I always had the size. And
did you hold your fingers in them? Inside? Yeah.
No, I did. And, every time we'd go to the grocery store, I would walk into Food Line with the size in and everything. I never liked the the mask with the nose on it.
Made
so
you
always
sweat a lot.
Yeah, always just I made my own.
Which I know they did sell some sets that came with just the headband and not the nose piece. But I thought the nose piece was for me as a kid, like I thought was an excellent addition. I thought to at least excuse me, make it feel a little bit closer to actually like feeling like a Ninja Turtle, because they came with the elbow pads, the knee pads, the weapon of choice, and the proper headband. But and I know someone came with a belt as well. But the ones you and I are talking about, I don't think maybe they did come with belts. I'll have to do a search on that before I get corrected by somebody. Hey, Tyler, I want you to know you were wrong.
I want to say that they did come with belts because I
think
feel like I'm pretty sure
I came across the little one on eBay a while back. Someone went like $300 for it, mint in box, and the kid on the front, I think he has like a belt with like a red belt buckle on there. I think so. Yeah, I believe it did come with a belt.
I love the new layer.
It's badass, and it's
still snowing out there.
No, not from what I see. It stopped and the roads are clear, so I can get out and do more grocery shopping and try and get a new phone possibly too.
Get a new phone?
This thing is shot to hell. Like I can't do anything with the battery just dropping on me like steadily over and over. So I have to constantly keep it charged.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so I got to try and go through the terminal, go into Verizon, and then okay, so you look for a new phone. Well, I've got to look, just give me an upgrade and let me go. All right. God.
Do you want a magazine subscription? No. Cheese pizza? Yeah, all right, I'll take that.
Back rub? Just offering anything, everything under the moon. Can I just get the hell out of here? So I don't look forward to that.
Man, the animatronics though, just so innovative and just awesome. Like they need to
and all these things were done on shoestring budgets. It's not like these films had this movie had a lower budget than the first film. I'm pretty sure. So that's why I feel like, look, I get everyone was pushing for the CGI nonsense, but I just feel like if they did it on the shoestring budget back then, are you telling me that putting together some decent costumes and most of the money would go into the animatronics? You hire actors to just do a good job. You don't hire no-name actors because kids aren't going to know. Kids don't know who Megan Fox is, and and who cares? That's why I feel like Judith Hoag and Paige, they're playing April. They're not, David Warner this time. I didn't know who David Warner was. That's why I felt like it could still work though. And for whatever reason, these goofballs running the studio is like, no, we need CGI and stuff.
$25 million budget, which that's kind of decent in '90s money.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Whereas the budget for the first film was
it wrong?
I can't. I'm trying to find it. That was like Tyler on a Friday night right there.
Do what now?
You saw the it's shaking.
Oh yeah.
Well, the boats are rocking.
Don't come a knocking there. Yep, that's me on a Friday night. Yeah, I thought this was an interesting action sequence as a kid. I mean, not much is going on, but I thought it was just fun to see Token and Rezo just giving a lot of screen time in this scene, just causing mayhem. It's clearly
the budget. The budget for the first film was only 13.5.
God, I really botched that bit of trivia. So I apologize to people who want to.
I already corrected you.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, guys. Nathan's already beat you to it. I better not get any, hate yeah. I do like their voices a lot.
Yeah.
Let them get their own cab.
Yeah, just typical New York.
New York, yeah. They see everything.
Not giving a shit about anything else around. It's like, yeah, all right. Just got to get to my next destination.
I do like, had I got to see if they had meet and greets with like Toka and Razor and the Turtles. Like as a kid to have like guys in Toka and Razor suits.
I would have been scared to death.
I don't know. I don't know because they just. I think I'd have been like.
I could see Tyler just walking up all nervous and everything.
Yeah, like I remember the Turtles too. That was great. I'd been like the Chris Farley show. I'd been like rubbing my hands.
What's that like?
Together. Yeah. What was that like? Was that real?
When you ate that telephone pole? How'd that taste?
Yeah.
Was that?
That was awesome. And I'd be like, shit, and grab. I do like how Chief Stern did come back.
Yeah, I like that as well.
I thought that was a nice bit of continuity there. It's like for something that was taken away, we have something else. So it was a great balancing act of respecting what happened in the first film, aside from all the cutting of balls from the first film.
She definitely had more of a similar voice to April from the cartoons.
She does, and I think given Judith is given a lot to. I think more in terms of like her interaction with the Turtles, she's given a lot. This April is given more to do with like what's going on, because we get you get a few months, and then Judith Hogan's hurled right into the world of the Turtles, and never lets up after that. Whereas this, she's we see her do what she does, like doing the happy hour news. Being the news reporter that we always know her to be.
That guy looks like Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it was like his first role.
No.
I'm just saying it'd be funny if it was. No.
Do it.
Yeah. Here's the most unthreatening. Hello, April.
Yeah, it would.
He just got douchebag written all over him.
Yeah,
he's the kind of guy I just want to hit.
Yeah, he sucks. But you compare that to the first film, where it's like Miss O'Neill.
Well,
like
that's badass.
Yeah, that just sounds. It had a minister.
Yeah, this guy's just hello, April. I mean, just
how's it going? Look at my bowl cut.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a bowl cut. It's just like one of those shitty hairstyles.
Yeah, with the cowlick in the front, kind of like as.
And it's like parted right in the middle.
Yeah, which is I had hair similar to that when I was.
You did. It's your 9th grade yearbook picture, man.
Yep, I had a bowl cut with a part in the center.
I need to go to my parents' house and just.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna take pictures of all of Tyler's yearbook photos, and I'll share them on the podcast. It'll be fantastic.
Well, you have fun doing that,
dude. Mine aren't any better.
Yeah, but you have maintained the same hairdo. I had,
Oh, that 9th grade one is.
Well, that was before. Like I cut before we actually, because that's when we had our pictures taken before we actually started school. So I cut my hair before we actually started freshman year, and I'm like, oh my god! Like I look back at 9th grade, I'm like, I look like such a wiener. I was like,
I look like such a wiener.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect with this Freddy haircut.
Yeah. Yes. That's Freddy. Oh man. I just love how they managed to work at eating pizza, like so casual. Like they're eating pizza, they're chilling. Man, I want some of that pizza.
The kids will love it.
I certainly did.
I've really come around to cheese pizza a lot in the last couple of years.
And that was the only way I ate pizza as a kid, was just strictly cheese pizza. Occasionally pepperoni, but I was all about cheese as a kid.
Yeah. No, I was pepperoni. My parents would always get the Supreme pizza that had everything on it. And I mean, I would eat it. I was like, yeah, this is good.
I mean,
and then,
smelled good to me, but that was it.
And of course, you got to do the book it and get your personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Which I was quite glad to hear they still do that with kids.
Do they?
Book it is still something that they of course around here the only Pizza Huts are like the
yeah. Well, I mean that's for the best because Pizza Hut's not any good.
Well, a hate crime coming on here.
Now there's stuffed crust. We say this every time. I like the stuffed crust, but they're regular pizza. How can you
denounce pizza when stuffed crust is the best thing they put out?
The regular pizza just too greasy for me. Like I'll eat it if I have to, but it's just like Give me Domino's. Oh, the Bart Simpson glass.
Yeah.
How weird is it that the Simpsons are still going? Yeah, it's not funny at all, but it's still going.
It's not being funny after the Halloween special that spoofed I Know What You Did Last Summer. I was done after that. But I mean, like in Basic Instinct, also like Michael Douglas has a Bart Simpson keychain. It just shows you like how prominent the Simpsons were in their early stages of popularity, like before they really exploded. That there was merchandise popping up and media.
I remember the Burger King toys, like the dolls that you could get at Burger King.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember those. I had a Simpsons T-shirt too as a kid too. Back when
I had a Bart Simpson Velcro shoes, I think.
Oh, cool, man.
I mean, is it though?
I mean, well, because I do have. I mean, regardless, I have not cared for the Simpsons in years, but I'll never forget and never not show appreciation of how much I love that show religiously for the first several years of buying the Playmate action figures that I was a big collector of. So.
I love that how Raph's just like, fuck it, let's just yell for him.
Yeah. All right. And this is a great like set piece for the climax, even though it doesn't stay in this construction site. But it's a great set piece for the climax. Like, this is something I could see in a comic book or in another Kick-Ass Turtles film where take on all the Foot Clan, kick their ass, bring in the muscle, kick their ass, then they got to take on Shredder.
Oh yeah, the donut gag.
Yeah, the traditional pre-fight donut. Yeah, I'm glad, like Tucker and Rose. I honestly feel like I think they're given enough screen time. I don't feel like they're shortchanged. I feel like given their role, they're used pretty prominently. I think. I didn't feel like as a kid, like you don't get to see enough of them. I felt like man, I love all the spikes on Toka's back. I was like, what the hell?
I feel like that was a spoof of the New York City.
Yeah.
Man, those commercials. A lot of popular commercials back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's me being the pessimist.
Yeah. And I'm trying
that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's which I would say like them eating these does made them look very appetizing. I remember as a kid, I couldn't quite figure out what kind of donuts are they eating though, because I guess like here in a second, like they just Toka's like me.
It's like powdered donuts, isn't it?
Yeah, they're like like a regular donut with powdered sugar on them or something. Yeah. He's like, what the hell? What is this? Crush. Ah. I told you it wasn't going to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's Nathan.
You can't be disappointed if you go into it with knowing the possibility that something can fail.
Well, Nathan can still be disappointed, though. I know him all too well. He can be pessimistic all he wants, but he can still be pissed off about it.
We're getting close to the Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, it's coming.
Which I love. I love the song.
I thought it was cool too as a kid, and to see them duking it out in a nightclub. I mean, which could still work, but it's obviously done for family purposes and not really kicking ass. Even though they're kicking ass, but it could be played up a lot more serious. I like when they mention WrestleMania. Hey, they like WrestleMania too. This is so cool, man.
Well, I would picture the Turtles watching wrestling.
I could too, easily. And they'd be fans of Hulk Hogan too, clearly.
Oh man, Vanilla Ice such a douche.
Yeah, look at her here with this puffy hair. Wow, I always thought that girl in the red dress was hot as hell too. The one that's like dancing with Raph later, or Mikey. I think he was dancing with Mikey later. Yeah,
that guy's drunk.
Yeah, looks like R. Kelly.
Ugh.
Probably gonna piss on that girl later.
Jesus.
Yeah, pee on me. Dave Chappelle spoofed.
Yeah, he spoofed it. I'm gonna piss on you. Chappelle. Chappelle, he ahead of his time. Funny as fuck.
Yeah, still is. Like his stand-up's pretty funny.
I can't believe Vanilla Ice tried to pass off Ice Ice Baby is not sampling from
David
Queen's.
Bowie.
David Bowie and Queen's Under Pressure. He's like, oh, it's got that extra ching. It's like, no, asshole. Like, what a douche.
Hell, I mean, so many. Like Will Smith has ripped off people left and right and made it like, I'm like, how the hell does he have a scene when all he's done is rip off people? Like rip off Stevie Wonder and various other artists.
Well, I like the thing about these artists in this day. Like he had his hit and his 15 minutes of fame. He got his shitty movie that he starred in. He got this, and then his career went downhill. And then he tried to like change up his image. He's like, "Oh, now I'm going to be a rocker," and that's
grunge rocker with like dreadlocks and stuff. Ice is back. I got a better do a big change. Which I mean, the guy was popular. Like for
he was super popular.
Yeah, he was. I remember seeing the trailers for Cool as Ice. Like, I want to see that movie too. Of course, I don't recall ever actually seeing it on display at the movie theater either.
Well, it was in theaters, like 2 weeks, and they
very short time, yeah. But I just feel like, look, everybody, if you don't like it, fine, but you cannot deny, I was a big fan because I had, his album. I listened to Ice Ice Baby. I'll admit, I was more of an MC Hammer guy. I liked MC Hammer too. I was all about, I thought Paul Abdul was absolutely beautiful. I had a crush on Whitney Houston. Why deny what we liked as kids as if we're still in school? Like, oh, you're a dork for liking that. And,
well, yeah.
I still like to call it some of those pricks who thought it was stupid and lame to like this stuff. And I'm going to say that's yeah, you did, prick, and I want to break you in half for leaving me with such wonderful memories.
My homework.
Yeah, I was like,
I want to get behind on my homework.
Yeah,
that's the only reason Tyler didn't sock me in the face in high school.
As much as I wanted to, boy, I wanted. I just had that vision of like holding him up and just breaking him in half over my head. I just
like a Goro fatality,
or like Sub-Zero, like doing like freezing a body,
freezing,
just tearing him apart. Yeah. That's what I wanted to do to you so many times. God, or just take his head and slam it into the locker. Make
be like Happy Gilmore. I hate that Nathan Kennedy.
Yeah, and then now I got to go home and get behind on my homework, and it's not fair.
Yeah, look at that guy dancing in behind Leo, just like.
Yeah, he's white.
Yeah. I love it.
Look at that goofball, that guy in the gray over there.
Yeah. Look at that fucking nerd.
Yeah. Look at the sideburns he had. Good God.
Look at that long-haired dude beside him. It's just like, I can't believe I'm in this movie. Yeah. He's just like, he doesn't care.
Which I have to wonder, since this is a fully adult crowd, I wonder, are they excited for Vanilla Ice?
I wonder if there was an actual Vanilla Ice concert after that, too. I imagine there had to have been.
I mean, they're getting to listen to Vanilla Ice as part of the setup, and they I don't know if they're paid extras. They're probably just people, hey, we need extras for the scene. I'm sure anybody who was in this scene probably had a blast being a part of it, though, regardless. It's something you say, I was on the set of Turtles 2 during Vanilla Ice's Ninja Rap. Who wouldn't want to hear that story? And here comes the Foot Clan, yeah. But I think it's ridiculous when people like to look down upon you if you thought Vanilla Ice was cool. You probably did too, prick. So I don't want to hear it. It's like, are we not past the point? It's okay to say you liked that stuff as a kid. I'm proud of loving Jaws the Revenge. I don't want as much as the first one as a kid. It's not that way now, but that's what I liked as a kid. I'm not gonna sit there and pretend like it never happened. I mean, we loved this film as a kid too. We had a blast with this film. It's nowhere near as good as the first film, but to act like I'm
still dancing. I love
the third film.
I'm still dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how this is just the move.
Yeah.
I blame Arsenio Hall for this. Yeah, I get it, but I didn't really need the turtles all dancing.
No, but this is
whatever. Fuck it, it works.
Yeah,
in the context of what they're doing, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a product of the time, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I guess it's just you look at the aspect of they hammer in the part. Got to get distracted by Vanilla Ice and his air humping.
Yeah.
Well,
when you have
so much of it's like the turtles they take pride in like hiding in the shadows and not being seen by a lot of people, and
that's
this
what
sort of
gives them shit there.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, it's Ninja Rabbit's born.
Here we go.
Yep.
That is funny. Something that got brought up. Just you're talking about all those things about people giving you shit for, and yet you like peacekeepers.
Yeah, and I'm proud of it. I still think you, Joe, don't know what the hell you're talking about. When Joe was like,
I'll play it again.
Best thing ever. Like, get out of here. It's a Sonic the Hedgehog ripoff. I like what I like. You guys like what you like. I mean, I'm clearly more right than you guys, but I'm not going to make a point of hammering the end.
That was awesome, right there.
Yeah, it was. Damn right, it was.
Coming in, flipping on the stage, kicking the canister out of Shredder's hand.
That's an alpha move. Like right there in front of that crowd of people. He's just solidified himself as a member of the Turtles with that move. I'll cover her with this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ah! Which you buy every bit of that. That whole sequence, you buy it hook, line, and sinker as a kid. Do not question that logic.
I mean, that is a funny line too. Yeah, I learned that from a rat.
He's being sincere about it, and I like seeing.
Oh, Winter, is that you?
Yeah, looks just like Winter. And I like when we see that in Turtles in Time when you beat Toka and Razor and they turn back to
Man, you know what? I need to get the canister and just like have her sit the canister beside of her and take a picture. That'd be kind of cool.
I got baby Razor here. Yeah.
Look at how real it is. Don't mind the floppy ear though.
Yeah, having that canister would be a really kick-ass thing to have on display. And then you and I could like pretend like I can become like Ray Fillet, and you become Pandacon. It'd be great.
Here we go. There's Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Which if I ever meet him, or if he ever shows up to a convention, I am taking my Turtles 2 poster and he is signing that.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, I do want to ask him a couple of wrestling questions, but I want to ask him so much about playing Super Shredder, which I know he's been asked probably a billion questions about it. But man, he does a great job. He's not on the screen for very long, but this was such a big deal. Like this is something every Turtles fan takes away from this film is Super Shredder. Everybody embraces this idea. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Oh yeah, it makes zero sense.
But it's still
like
awesome.
How would his armor change?
Yeah, like it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But as a kid, like, oh my, no way, man.
Oh yeah, there you are, being a wiener.
Yeah, I'm trying to plead because I'd rather. Yeah, but I'm still holding the group together because Nathan couldn't do it without me.
Yeah. I could have done this commentary all by myself.
The hell you say?
I did. Yeah. I did think that this was very anticlimactic, even as a kid. Like, yes, he looks cool, but I'm like that. That's it.
That's it. They don't actually fight. They just yeah. Which I kind of felt like that may have been a decision to cut back on even more violence in the film, like to actually not have Shredder fight them, but he just it appeases the people bitching over violence, and he still gets defeated in the end. But it's a shame that he kicks their ass in the first film. They ought to kick his ass in the most the most difficult way. Would be to have them to rise up and beat Super Shredder, but we don't get that because of all the anti-violence.
Brian C. Little, new to the chat room. Thanks for joining us live on this commentary of Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah.
I made another funny. I like that part at the bit at the end.
Yeah, to think, oh man, here he comes again. And I was bummed when they announced, when I saw the trailer for the third film, that Shredder wasn't in it. Like I was like, oh man, I was like, Shredder's not in it. And I wasn't tired of seeing Shredder. Like that's like, to me, that's like bread and butter. They go together. Like you have to have the Shredder and the Turtles. That's kind of why the 2007 film has some of the best moments of all the films, but it suffers by not having the Shredder. You get the Foot Clan in it, but you know, who cares about the monsters and the statues and stuff? It just sucks.
Well, I appreciate that they're like, all right, let's kind of deviate a little bit from what people are used to. Like, I get it.
But I feel like we should have been given like more familiar characters. Like, you know, give us, if you don't want to make Shredder the boss, give us Baxter Stockman, give us Krang, give us Slash, give us the Triceratons. I mean, something that we feel like we could have, you know, or even if it was just Karai and the Foot Clan as the villains. Like, I'd have been fine with that too. But you know, Patrick Stewart playing the billionaire who's a trapped soul and all the statues and all. I care less about any of that stuff. But all the turtle stuff was some of the best. Period. Ninja Rap is born. Yeah,
I forgot all about this part, honestly.
Yeah, it was Technotronic playing.
Yeah, good jams though.
Yeah, this is definitely it. Overall, it's a nostalgic film altogether. Being a young child in the early '90s, I mean, it's definitely it's a time capsule film, but not something that's watched strictly from nostalgia, because Turtles transcends that. But it's definitely has all the elements of what the early '90s were all about, which to me I thought was like the last like part of the decade, because I feel like the late '90s, I mean, it has its trends, but that's when I kind of felt like it bleeds into the 2000s. You know, you have Jinkos and the Gadzooks and stuff like that too, but the early '90s was like the last kind of like, you know, when you had like acid wash jeans and you had bright neon colored tops and stuff like that too, and British Knights and the LA Gear light up shoes, and
yeah, man, space camps.
Yeah, all that, and you had those wristbands that snapped on your wrist.
Oh, I hated those things.
Yeah, I thought those things were cool.
Those.
Stuff like that. Hey, Vanilla Ice played himself. I'll be damned. But I mean, yeah, take it or lose, it's a fun film, you know, and I hope people enjoyed what we had to say about the film and didn't find anything that we said, man, you guys don't know jack shit. But
I mean, we didn't have a lot of trivia for this. This was just more about like personal experiences. And...
Well, yeah, and it's just it's not a film I've really sought out a lot of, like, and that's what I thought Frank Welker doing the voice of Razor and Toko as well. That's what I thought, but hesitant to say it. But it's just a fun movie to watch. I mean, we're not really here to dazzle our listeners with, hey, did you know this? Did you know that? Because you know what, that gets a little monotonous after a while. You know, it's supposed to be like, you know, we're all friends hanging out watching movies that we all grew up with, and just trying to, you know, constantly push appreciation for these films and cartoons as well. That's why we do it. We're not doing it here to be pompous asses, regardless of what you people think about me. But
what an ass!
Yeah, what an ass!
Oh, what was the? There was something you said that you were gonna read on the show.
Oh, I can do it on here. Or I can do it on Beyond Retro.
I leave that. Well, let's do it on here and on Retro, because some people watch this and miss Retro, and we'll just do it on both.
I hope I can find it, because it came up through Beyond Retro. I'm hoping I can pull it up through Messenger. Come on.
I'll just sit here and jam out to this song.
No, that's not it. Let's see if I got
a... Yeah. Doesn't work as much when other people can't hear this unless they're watching the movie right now.
Well, if they were actually listening to the whole podcast, I'm sure they would, you know what the hell you're talking about.
It's a nice funky beat.
It is.
Oh man.
Okay, here we are.
All right.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Nope, that ain't
Damn
right. Damn it. Hopefully Target has some new NECA shit out when I go into town today. When Emily and I go eat, and I get her a new desk chair so she can join me on these streams and not have to get up after an hour because that chair is uncomfortable.
All right, I'm about to hang on a second. I'm going to have to run to the bathroom real quick before we kill it because I gotta piss like a racehorse here. So forgive me. I'll be right back.
I gotta go piss. Yeah, those are my dance moves. Looking like I'm having a seizure. All right, right on. Brian C. Little is actually your favorite blockhead. It's gonna, yeah. If you want to give us a shout out on that podcast, I'll check it out. I will check that out. Yeah, some of the sounds like fart noises in this song. So, I'll just keep dancing. Wonder what else is on the soundtrack for this other than Vanilla Ice and these couple songs here. If there's more original music, let's look that up. I'm curious now. Yeah, okay, so they actually do have some Ya Kid K, Vanilla Ice, Kathy Dennis, Tribal House, Dan Hartman, Magnificent Seven, Spunkadelic, Filth Platoon. Fifth Platoon. Filth Platoon would be a cool name for a band. And then Orchestra on the Half Shell. Interesting. Only 10 tracks.
Talking about the soundtrack?
Yeah. That's funny. All right. Did you find it yet?
It kind of worries me because it it came up like a. I thought I could find it under notifications. Because we don't get a lot of traffic on the actual Facebook page, so that's why it's kind of hard to find.
Yeah, but it was sent to you through the page as a message.
But no, through Beyond Retro as a message, not to me personally.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you just log into that and then check the messages?
Well, I was hoping I could find it through Messenger, like it would just kind of pop up since they come directly to me. But here it is.
All right. Before you read that
ain't it either. Damn it!
What the fuck? Joe's telling me to stream RoboCop versus Terminator.
He has got a major boner for that game.
Well, I've played the Super Nintendo version. I've played the Genesis version. The Genesis version is far superior, but I'm having a weird time even getting the Genesis games to like show up in the window when I stream for you guys to see it. You'd be able to hear it, but you won't be able to see anything. So I gotta work that out. But the Super Nintendo version sucks, man. I don't like that version at all. It doesn't play as well.
Okay, I found it now.
All right, are you sure this time?
Yes,
positive. You said this like 5 times already.
Positive.
All right.
Yes, I'm looking at it right here.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. What up, Nathan? Hope you're still not hurting from the hot sauce. You're doing a great job on both your podcast and the Fans of Power show. Brian, a.k.a. your favorite blockhead. If you want, you can find his podcast on iTunes and YouTube. And Kevin Sharp is making him a Master Universe drawing of the Masters whooping the crap out of Fortnite characters. So,
yeah, as he should. But yeah, actually, Brian is here in the chat. Brian C. Little is your favorite blockhead. He had to change his name for his, I think he said his teaching. What was it? New teaching position. So there we go. Thank you for the kind words. And yes, the next day I was kind of hurting from that hot sauce a little bit. My stomach just felt weird the first half of the next day.
Sounds about right.
It just felt funny. I was like, okay. Once I ate something too, everything was fine. But no, everything's good. Emily's been talking about dabbing some of that hot sauce on like one of her breakfast foods. like or eggs or something. I've thought about giving it another taste again and putting it on something, but just one drop, not what I did last time. My God. My God, that was the equivalent of like 5 drops. Instant hiccups.
So what happens when you drink demon piss?
Yeah, I mean, that was some hot stuff. You have to try it, man.
God.
No, with your acid reflux.
I can't eat peanut butter hardly at all. So yes, that
Really?
stuff. Yeah. The peanuts irritate my acid reflux. So
That's
I can
weird.
I could probably get away with I have to do it in like small samplings. Like I could have like a peanut butter ball, a peanut butter cookie, or sometimes I'm hesitant to even have like a peanut butter flavored protein bar just because it does act up. It can act up due to that. It's the peanuts.
Yeah, but you're also taking medication for that too, wouldn't that? Like
yes, but there's some stuff I have to stay clear from. Like I can't have juice at all. Period. Anything with like like I can't drink like lemonade and stuff like that. I can't drink alcohol. That's why another reason I can't drink is because if I do have any alcohol, it's like swallowing a stun grenade. It brings it right up. So it's another excuse to get out of like, no, people, I don't drink. Because I just say because of my acid reflux and like, oh, okay. Because if I tell them I don't want to drink because I don't like drinking, what's the matter with you? Like to party?
What a wiener. No, I'm kidding.
So,
oh, come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man. Just drink up, dude. And then it becomes like an after school special. And I become like a raging drunk like Ben Affleck, taking steroids.
Getting shitty dragon tattoos on your back.
Yeah, like smacking around, a girl at school or something like that and punching my locker. And
it's been asked, what medication do you take for your acid reflux?
A generic Prevacid, and then there's something I forgot what it's called. I never know how to pronounce it. It starts with an E, I think. Just an E, and I take 2 of them. I take 2 because it's that bad. But I buy them at Walmart.
Well, how long has this been a problem for
Since
you?
high school.
Well, what made this occur all of a sudden?
It just started occurring more frequently. It wasn't going away, so I started taking one antacid.
I feel like if it's that bad, they might need to kind of look.
Well, it's they never. They've done tests for it and stuff like that. And it's like, yes, you do have acid reflux and stuff like that, but it's not really gotten out of control. Like the last time I got out of control was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, where what I was taking wasn't enough, and that's when they had to double up my medication. And ever since then, it's been under control. But I have to take it before I eat anything, because if I eat breakfast and forget, it just acts up on its own. And I eat a very clean breakfast. Like my diet stays clean. I don't have anything that can create it. But if I don't,
that's what I'm saying. Like if you're eating something that is
that's the point of having acid reflux. Like it's out of control. Like you have to keep it in control, even if you're not eating anything. That's the whole point of having acid reflux, is that it just acts up regardless.
That sucks, man.
Yeah,
that really sucks.
It's not fun. So if I don't have my medicine, I'm miserable, because that constant burning, it's game over, dude.
It's game over, man.
Game over, man. So I have to always make sure I take it. So.
Well, speaking of game over, let's go ahead and wrap this up, because I still need to hop in the shower, go get some food, and venture out and get a desk chair that hopefully has all of its pieces this time.
Hopefully. I got stuff I got to go do, too. I got cooking, groceries, and maybe trying to tackle getting this new phone.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with the phone. Good luck with the grocery store, because that'll be a madhouse. People are like, I'm just going to snow my milk sandwiches.
Yeah, eggs. I don't have to get a whole lot, but still.
Hey, the power could go out. Let's just buy shit that'll not last. Use. Yeah. God. Any
people going shopping?
Yeah. Any final thoughts on Secret of the Ooze?
I like it. It was fun. It's always just it's a memory lane movie for me.
I would put it in when you say memory lane movie, that also kind of makes me think of also putting in a similar category to like Three Ninjas.
That's a movie though. Like I don't really know if I want to revisit.
It's not good.
Nothing compares to the magnitude of Turtles, and Three Ninjas clearly was a product of the Turtles' popularity. But Yeah, I don't think that's a film I really want to revisit. And I loved it as a kid.
I did
No
too.
denying it.
Rocky loves Emily.
Yeah, but I just, Tum Tum, Colt, and Rocky.
Yeah, Colt was the best.
Rocky is my favorite.
Of course. Of course. You gravitate towards like the lame leader.
No, I was always more inclined to
I
be
pick
the leader.
I pick the hothead that always butts heads with the leader.
Yeah. Yeah, which is probably what if we'd known each other as kids, that's probably what it would have been like.
Yep.
We'd have gotten along and been buddies, but you'd have been like, no, man, I'm playing Super Nintendo. I'm making all the rules here. I only get to win. I eat all the pizza.
Yeah. Joe's saying the new Michael Myers figures at Target, and he thought that I was ignoring him. Joe, I'm not ignoring you, but someone at work was like, she's one of the older ladies I work with. That she wanted to get me a Christmas gift, so she actually ordered that figure. I want to say from Big Bad Toy Store, which is why it hadn't gotten here yet.
And he argued with her at first. He says, "Look, are you trying to say that I'm poor and I can't afford my own Michael Myers figure? Is that what you're trying to say? Because I can't accept a gift from you. I'm telling you, I can't."
Whatever.
Yeah.
Star review out of 5. How many stars would you give Secret of the Ooze?
Well, the first one gets a 5.
Yeah.
I give it a 3.
I'll give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a good film, severe drop in quality, but
half a star for Michael Jai White cameo.
Yeah, that definitely intensifies it as well. But Token and Reza are great.
Yeah.
Shredder's great. It's got some good action sequences. John Duprez comes back for the score, which kicks ass. And Paige, you know what? 3.5 because Paige Turku just, oh gosh, it's. So yeah, make it 3.5.
I've been asked to
Paige Turku.
I've been asked to do another Vince McMahon impression.
Yeah, like Paige titties.
And if you're wondering why Tyler said that, it's what Bruce Pritchard says on his podcast in regards to Vince and talking about like the female talent.
Yeah, chocolate titties. Yeah.
Oh, Vince.
Yeah. Can we get you to say chocolate titties in your Vince voice?
Yeah. I guess I can do that. Peacekeeper's star review out of 5. I give that -5 stars. That game sucks. That game sucks.
Damn it.
Chocolate titties.
Yeah. Got to throw in the at the end. Yeah, there you go.
He sat on his face.
Yeah.
What a maneuver.
$1 million dream.
$1 million dream. 1, 2. Oh, he got him. No, he didn't.
I was like, Chuck's got the belt. Xbox 7 was shit. Yeah, we will have to stream like bring on the pain or shut your mouth or something like that with you and I playing it and have to do like a tag match.
Yeah, 3 stages of hell, man.
Yeah, that's what I have to do. We'll play as like Benoit and Brock Lesnar against X-Pac.
I'll probably leave Benoit out of it. We gotta.
It says who? We're not.
I don't know. It does kind of like. I will say this. I don't have a problem watching his matches, but actually like playing as him in a character, that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
But I kind of feel like if we can watch his matches though, like why not? It still doesn't take away,
Yeah, but that would, I don't know, that would be like kind of us.
Well, I think when
celebrating
you and I played it privately, I think I'm celebrating his career, not what he did outside the ring. If that's the case, I wouldn't be a fan of Hogan, Warrior, or anybody else. Like,
I mean, you shouldn't be a fan of Hogan anyway.
Shut up.
Did you check out where they brought him back and he did his tribute to Mean Gene?
I was actually kind of disappointed with the tribute. It wasn't that good.
Well, there wasn't a video package. It was just Hogan coming out. They gave the 10-bell salute, but you know how they typically do like a video package as far as I know, there wasn't that. Or
I was like, that is the weakest crowd reaction to Hulk Hogan I've ever seen in my life. It was like whoever's in that stadium either didn't know who he was.
You take what happened. It changed a lot of perceptions of him, I guess, and people are just like, "Oh, all right." Like it could be part of the younger audience, like kind of.
I feel like you can hear the song like clearly in the audience. Is like,
well, that's kind of modern wrestling now too. Joe said that they did do a video package. I'll have to watch the video package because
I just watched the actual like.
Yeah, that's what I saw too.
Yeah.
So I'll check out the video package because I love it. I love it when they do those. Those have a tendency to make me tear up when I watch them.
Oh, and they made me too. And but I was actually more disappointed that I felt Hogan's. I just didn't think it was that good.
Because he's not good.
Well, he is good, but I just felt like it was like he was coming out cutting a promo instead of like, look, you don't have to cut a promo.
Well, he started off like that. He started off speaking from the heart, and then he went into the promo.
But it just wasn't that good. I just like when he came out at Montreal, or after WrestleMania 18.
But dude, that was like
I know
forever ago.
But he was speaking from the heart. Like he's like, all right, guys, look, like you could clearly tell he's breaking character and acknowledging the fan response. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe he should have just drug Beefcake out there to cut the promo with him.
Yeah, talk about how his blades are a part of him and they're titanium steel.
Oh God. Yeah, all those brothers though, and no Jack. He didn't throw any of the Jacks out there.
Yeah, I just I love Hogan's promos and stuff, but I just felt like that was a very unenjoyable. Not that I just always feel like they always manage to deliver, like when a wrestler has to leave or retire, like when Ric Flair left for the millionth time, when Edge retired, like there was good heartfelt moments in the ring. Like they're
but Hogan is a cold-hearted person, so of course it's not going to come off as like super genuine.
But I just kind of I expected a little bit more sincerity, and it came off like it was just more about like a very
that's
unenthusiastic promo.
That's kind of
like a very like
I feel like that's kind of Hogan based off of what I've heard about him behind the scenes. I feel like that's kind of him.
He wasn't when I met him though. He was quite nice to me.
Well, he's taking your fucking money.
Well, he's taking their money too, and he's on live TV. So
I don't know. Anyway, that was
you just show up at your local Kmart and I'll sign autographs for free, even if you didn't ask for them. That's what you want everybody to do.
What? Kmart's don't exist anymore? Oh, okay.
Okay. What about a bingo hall? Are there any bingo halls around here? How about a high school?
Pulling the Ric Flair and just gonna show up to all the local Walmarts.
Yeah,
that was weird. Like over a span of what was it? It's like 2-3 years. It's like he showed up to the Dublin one.
Shoals Furniture Store when you and I met him for free.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of when all this started. But then it's just like here's the Walmart tour, and he just started showing up at all of our local Walmarts every now and again to do signings. Only he's really hard up for cash.
Yeah,
I mean, four divorces that'll suck all the money out of you.
Yeah. But Gavin, I'm sure he gets a great payday just for showing up and just, no pictures, just get an autograph, go. Get an autograph, go. Get an autograph, go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, they get that kind of fanfare anytime he shows up. And then you got all those groupies like, oh, remember that? It's not like
that one lady is like, yeah, I slept with him.
Yeah.
It was back in the 70s. Oh, sure.
Look at these pictures of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I'm like, who cares?
Yeah. Justin shows up. Hey, I was with Matt Hardy once. Shut up, man. Go back to your overpriced toy store. But you won't let people like touch any of your shit. Fuck you and your prices. By the way, fuck you too. For the way that you treated Tyler and you ripped them off on all those toys and you overcharged them even though you spent lots of money anyway.
Yeah. I asked him if he knocked off $5 and I was like asking him, can I just have the stuff for free? So I might as well have asked him.
Yeah. It's like that Jaws 2 poster. Hey, you come down on that price? No, it's cheaper on eBay. I showed you that. I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. This guy sucks. I hate that guy. And to know that like, it still haunts me because he goes to that antique store and buys up the shit. So it's like I can't get away from him. He's always there. I'm never gonna like hardly get good deals on toys because he's just going around scoping out everything, buying all of it up so he can sit in his store and collect dust.
Yeah, and that's
because he doesn't know how to run. He doesn't know how to run a business. He doesn't know how to treat the people that are with him in the business, and he's a prick. Yeah, I'm sure he's a shitty wrestler too.
Yeah. But he met Hardy and Doink the Clown though.
Oh yeah, and Hurricane Helms and all those guys.
Yeah, you want to pay for my picture of me with a wrestler?
Yeah, yeah. Pulling a Virgil on him. Hey, that'll be $10.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised he didn't do that. Like,
you know what? We need to go to a store, and I want to film in there and see what he does. I'm just going, fuck you, man, and then I'm gonna leave. I'm buying any of this overpriced shit and just like kick something, walk out the door. That'd be a funny story, right? I hate that guy.
But you can't laugh. You have to be as serious.
Oh, I do. I know I will be, because there's going to be some anger behind. I don't like that guy at all.
No.
Like, just no tolerance for him. I said, just, you see the way he treats people. Like, anytime anyone walks in a store, he's automatically looking at you like you're going to rob the place or something.
Yeah.
You go
Matt
to touch.
Sterner, like he treated Matt like shit.
Yeah. You go to touch something, and he's right there beside you. Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like, don't display it like that then. Just like have a fucking counter up and have shelves up on the wall and display them on there, and just have people be like, hey, can I look at that or something? If you don't want them touching it, don't put it like that. Asshole. I hate that guy. I don't like him.
Yeah. Nathan is an absolute treat to be around. When he gets fixated on someone and just starts cutting a promo on, and he's being serious about it, there's nothing funnier in this world than watching Nathan get angry about someone like that. And he just goes on and on about it. It just starts, dropping this and dropping that, and son of a bang, son of a boom, just like firing off, various words. And
we'll go to a store if it's ever open when we go.
That's another thing. Like, two guys I work with at Tech, I told them about it. I said, the guy's a prick, but he's got the best selection of toys. And they dealt with the same thing. They go all the way down there. He's closed. They go all the way down. One closed in 30 minutes. Can you guys hurry up? Because I got to go home and, buy more stuff and not sell it.
Yeah.
So. And
he's got his hours posted.
Yeah, and he doesn't live up to them.
He doesn't live up to them. Like, I think he closes at 4 on Saturdays. We were there at like 1 o'clock. It was already closed.
Yeah.
Idiot.
He's a cokehead.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, take a piss test.
Yeah, there's something shady going on.
When we heard it, a lot of stuff to do. I think he's, dabbling in questionable.
Now I'm curious if he'll ever come across this.
So you
probably not.
No.
Punch him in the face.
Yeah. Well, if anything, it's just free publicity, man. But we don't have anybody local that listens to this podcast, so it's not like
True.
Yeah.
Anyway, star ratings, we gave those. Final thoughts on there. So man, let you go on your adventure. We'll see. Let us know how that goes on Beyond Retro tomorrow. How long were you there? Was it successful?
That's the part I dread the most, is like sitting and waiting for, like, there's two people working there. One guy's sitting around staring at the wall. The other one's just talking and carrying on with somebody else. And you're like, okay. And you wait 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 and you wait. And then you just get up and leave. Where are you going, sir?
Yeah. I actually probably need to upgrade my phone as well, because I've had this one for like three going on 4 years.
Yours is more up to date than mine.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that said, thank you guys that joined us live in the chat. Always a pleasure. I want to say it was Joe, Blockhead, Delvis, Fedmon, JSP, Who Dat Will popped in for a little bit, I believe. So we had a decent turnout for this one. Thank you guys for joining us live. If you want to check us out on the archive and you come across us and through that, I'm already bungling the fuck out of this. Make sure you hit subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified when we go live for Capes and Commentaries, our Beyond Retro podcast, and Beyond Retro Arcade that I did until 7:30 this morning. Slept about 4 hours, as we stated at the beginning of the show. That was a lot of fun, actually. I enjoyed that. I like streaming the games and playing the games on here for you guys, so that's cool. Check out all the links down below. We got our audio downloads. Check out Fans of Power, the He-Man and the Master Universe podcast, hosted by Tyler Baker and Joe Amato. And I'm on the show now, too, and people say that in the chat. They're like, yeah, but you're on the show. I am on the show. So check that out at youtube.com/Fans of Power podcast. Buy Joe's t-shirts. Hit him up for a custom. And I don't think there's anything else. I was going to say something in relation to you, but you don't really.
I don't have anything to offer.
Yeah. We got to get Joe to work on some designs that, like, are part of like beyond retro, like maybe character T-shirts. Like if Joe, I think Joe's still lingering around.
We can't get Joe to promote the podcast. How the hell are we going to get him to create designs for T-shirts?
I'm still behind the idea of taking the Marvel logo and changing it to say Yuck Fest. I think that would be a cool idea for a shirt. We need some Tyler related ones about like going to hell and shoving it up your ass.
I kind of feel like they need to be a little. They need something added to it because those are like very like broad statements. Like anybody could say that. So
I think you just need to, for the sake of irony, just have a picture of Tyler, a screen grab of Tyler making some weird face that he does in the show, and then underneath it just put Thug Life. That would be perfect.
Oh God, no, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
Nah, we need like a really good like kind of like a character like Carson. Like Carson did a pretty good job of like a caricature of the three of us, like something like that thrown on there, or something like that.
Okay,
I'd be fine with that.
That'd be, and then also like the Beyond Retro logo. Make like a Beyond Retro logo T-shirt.
Yeah,
like have the pixelated letters. Don't have like the background behind it, but just have that and just put it like on the color shirt or whatever of your choosing. That would be cool.
Or a shirt that says "Want to play it cheap" with a piicture of like Joe's face mask at the end of the sentence, you know, like the exclamation point was like this, but the dot is Joe's mask, like kind of at an angle.
That'd be good. All right, Joe, we got a million ideas.
Yeah, get on it. Get off your ass. What the hell are you doing?
Let's get those together and let's make some money. Make you some money.
All the proceeds go to the Joe Amato Fund anyway, so.
Oh man. And that's what we want, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't do this for money. We do it for fun and hoping to God people will listen to us.
Oh God, please. Oh yeah. Also, I always forget this. Leave a comment down below and let us know your thoughts on Secret of the Ooze. Did you like Vanilla Ice? Did he take you out of the film? Was the changing of April O'Neil's too much for you to handle?
Did you own any of the turtle dress-up kits as a kid?
Yeah. Did you go into your local supermarket hoping to kick some ass?
Yeah, hoping to save your parents from the Foot Clan.
Yeah. I'm starting to get a headache. I need to eat something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that said, next week we'll tackle something. We'll leave it a mystery. We don't have to sit here and run off.
We don't have to tell you what the hell we're planning. None of your damn business.
Turtles 3. We'll cover that. We'll get to that at some point. I feel like we have to.
I'm not opposed to doing, like, if we did like the 2012 cartoon or do like Usagi Yojimbo's first appearance or something like that. Or, I'm not opposed to doing War Turtles next week. I just don't know if I want to do Turtles 3 next week, though.
No, we'll do that at some point. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. I'm not saying we won't do it because we will do it, but I don't know if I want to do it next week, though.
All right. Well, until then.
Hey, we could always do the Batman 66 movie at some point, too, you know?
Oh, that would be badass.
Yeah, since you can't do the show, why not do the movie at some point?
Yeah.
But given with work, I'm saying we'll just throw that in the mix of what we will do. We'll go back to do like a regular 22-minute episode next week.
Yeah, because I got to work next Saturday.
But to get the fix of doing the 66 Batman show, we'll do the movie.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, you know what? Let's plan on the 66 movie the next Saturday I have off, which should be 2 weeks from now.
All right, and then so next week we'll maybe do Spider-Man, maybe do G.I. Joe again. Well, we'll figure it out. Until then, we will see you in the future to talk about the past. Take care, everybody.